Hey y'all. This is kind of a nice little song, ain't it? Hey guys, come on in. That is a very catchy song. Very catchy song. Shout out to Phi Babe and the Babe Nation. You know, just showing a little support. How are y'all doing? What's going on? So let me see what y'all are up to. Let me take a look and see who all's in the room. Let me see here. What's up, Nashville, Tennessee? Centel. Hey, Dolly Lamas T. Hey, Connect Dot. Cheryl Ray. Hey, Coco. Khadijah. Roll a mile in my shoes. Hey, Gloria. Walia. Coco. Yeah, what's up, Nikki Marie? Rachel Moody's in the house. What's up, Truth Seeker? I think I got everybody. Hey there, I got Mitch Bill from Periscope. What's up, everybody? Momo. What's up, Thug? Alpha Thug. It's good to see y'all. Lisa, what's up? Queen Anne? Yes, just wanted to show Babe Nation and Phi Babe a little support with this whole thing. I mean, that song that the guy made was pretty beautiful, wasn't it? I mean, wow. Damn. Kind of like really honestly leveled up on her previous song, if you ask me. It was really nice. So, leaked videos. I was actually watching Phi Babe, and I was listening to something that she said about in China how there's 21 million cell phones that have just dropped off the map, off telecom providers. Ago, I started hearing rumblings. Now, there was a warning when I came in on StreamYard that apparently bandwidth is really overutilized. So, buffer at times, just FYI. I think a lot of people were complaining about it in several live streams that I've seen. So, it really makes you wonder. First of all, is China being honest with us about how many people are in new cases are showing up? 21 million cell phones just have dropped off providers just like that in the last, couple months. That's a lot of people. And, you know, I think the numbers today, what are the numbers today? There's actually a channel on YouTube that streams updated information about this coronavirus. Let me see what the numbers look like today, because people don't think that they're being honest about their numbers, that the Chinese government is being honest about the actual numbers of infected people. And I have been feeling that way for a minute. Let me see if I can find this channel. Yeah, it stays live all the time. Here, I'll show you guys. Y'all come on in. Let's see here. So this is it. And so what it's saying, let me see if I can make it bigger for you guys. It's basically that as of right now, and I think they get these numbers from Reuters and Johns Hopkins ultimately is the source, but 711, almost 1 million cases of COVID-19, 33,000 deaths, 157,000 that have recovered in 202 places. Now, how in the hell is it that the origin of the virus, which is China, is at 81,000 cases, only 3,300 deaths, with 75,000 recovered? I mean, check this out. The United States, we have 136,000. Not the ultimate origin of this virus. So how in the heck would our numbers be lower or higher? And Italy now has surpassed China with 10,000 deaths, 13,000 recovered. We're at over 2,400 deaths here in the United States with 4,430 recovered. We've got Spain coming in at 78,000, Germany coming in at 61,000 cases. Spain has over 6,000 people that have died. France is at 40,000 cases with 2,600 deaths. Iran, 38,000 people. Think about the numbers. United Kingdom, Switzerland. I mean, sheesh. We're talking over 10,000. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10th place. And we're still at 10,000 cases. Belgium, Netherlands, South Korea has 9,000. 4,000 in Israel. Ireland, 2,000. I mean, it's hitting Dominican Republic, Singapore. How is it that China has a small swath here of total deaths, but it's the origin of where this virus has come from? I don't understand that. Somebody has to make that make sense to me. But just 2 days ago, Italy said 919 people died in one day. Exactly. What's going on with these numbers coming out of China? I think they're honestly really, I don't think they're honest. I don't think they're being honest about how many people are infected. And I also don't think they're being honest about how many people have died. So I kind of got the idea that maybe we could find some videos that are being leaked by these Chinese journalists. So there's been a few Chinese journalists that have come up missing, 2 that I know of in the last, 2 weeks or so. One of them, I believe they said died of the virus. And I can't think about if the other one made a phone call to their family or not, but people that go out and film, like people that vlog basically, that were getting a little viral with their videos, are basically coming up missing in China. Doctors are coming up missing too. Yes. If you live next to or near cell towers, I'm really praying for you. More radiation is killing people, not a flu type virus. You're talking about that 5, right? LG5 or whatever they call it. Yeah, I've heard the stories about that. So what is going on in China? I wanted to find some video that could actually show us that. So, well, how do we find video from China, right? They have access to the internet. And just from a technical standpoint, I can tell you that I've worked with people that have worked on the Chinese network, and no lie, it is a completely separate network from anyone else. Like there's absolutely no pathways that cross where, if you're in mainland China and you don't use like something like a VPN or something like that, you will be blocked from Twitter, YouTube, Google. There's a lot of sites that you're not allowed to go to in China. So they have their own social media that's similar to Twitter and stuff like that. So yeah. Hey Patricia, how you doing? So I got the 5G. Yes. Okay. You emailed me something. Okay. Most of the videos are in the Chinese language, and that's okay. The videos being in Chinese language, it's all good. And still want to take in what I'm seeing, and I've seen a couple of videos so far where there's people that are literally just laying out dead on the sidewalk in China. You emailed it to me because I'm in my email, or did you DM me on Instagram? So I want to look around and see if there's any videos out there that are possibly leaking from Chinese networks. I think the only safe way that the word is probably getting out is people are recording and taking that data out on thumb and to the internet. China, when you think about the internet, just know that they have their own, basically. Every home in China that connects to the internet connects to the Chinese government's network, essentially. So, okay. All right, Connect Dot. Shout out to you, by the way. So let's see if we can find some videos that are leaking from China. And the first place that, I would think is definitely YouTube, but Twitter would be the first place I would sort of think that I might find videos from China. And the best way to probably start looking is I'm just going to search China leaked video. I mean, as time goes on, we may find a hashtag or something that we can use. But Epoch Times says strange video leaked from China. Embracing a woman seemingly just released from hospital care for the coronavirus. And I guess this came out from the government. That's really weird, don't y'all think? Hold on, let's take a look here. So hey. Wow. Interesting. Wow. So if the government is releasing like propaganda video like that, where they're with this virus and for Chinese people not to fear, right? It's kind of scary how much they control the internet and things like that. Let's see here. Leaked apology video. So is there some kind of apology video coming from the Chinese president? Let me see. Okay, leaked footage from China. This was an hour ago from a China sweatshop that makes medical masks. We must start manufacturing everything pertaining to the medical field in the U.S. Coronavirus videos out of China prove their sanitary standards are much different. What the fuck? They're making masks, apparently. Wow, okay, I see. I see. Wow. That doesn't sound Chinese to me or look Chinese. Does anyone else notice that? So I don't think some of these videos are going to be real. Those people don't look or sound Chinese to me. Hold on, let me see. They don't look Chinese to me. They look like Indian or something like that. So that's the only thing, you know, that you have to watch out for out here is that you will run across videos that aren't going to be what they say they are. Check out this leaked footage from China, and then Chinese type of that are being used, right? So let's see what's going on here.
So I click send. It just gets an error loading message. So my mate sent me a link to this 4chan site, which got a bunch of videos, basically anything COVID-19 related. And I downloaded them and I intended to send them.
If anybody knows what 4chan is, 4chan is it's a forum website that's been around for a long time, and you're mostly dealing with a lot of anonymous people in the Chan's world. There's been 8chan, 4chan, 2chan. There's been all sorts of Chans.
Through to a lot of people.
But let's just say videos get leaked there. I've also heard and seen of murder videos being leaked there. One actually was Luca Brasi, the one who made that they made that Netflix documentary about Where Are the Cats or something like that. But let's watch this video here.
And I'll show you what happens when I try and send them Messenger to anybody. So I click send. It just gets an error loading message. Any of them. Error loading message. Like, this is bullshit. Error loading message. So in order to show you these, I'm going to actually record them to get around it so then I can forward it on. It's fucking bullshit. So they're not telling us what's going on in China right now, but look at the lengths that this country is going to.
They are
trucks.
What is that?
God knows what the atmosphere to kill whatever the hell it is. Just look at it.
Think about that for a minute, though. Why are they spraying in the air? I've also seen additional videos secondary to this of these trucks spraying something in the air. Hey, unknown.
The batteries.
Look at all of those trucks. And I've seen other videos, so that's secondary, and it's just more proof of what is China doing, man. What are they doing? What is that?
Fucking snow machines.
The hell are they spraying into the air? That's weird. Does that mean that the Chinese people know more, that this is airborne possibly? That it's maybe an airborne virus? Or does that mean they're just trying to disinfect surfaces? All this because of bats. That's what they're saying.
Here's a video. Someone's obviously just filmed in the streets of China.
There's people dead on the sidewalks here.
All lined up.
That also, this is in addition to what I've already seen on other leaked videos.
No new cases, I don't believe.
Wow. Oh, sorry, y'all. Not bad. All right. That is, so we've got, this is what, this came out when, March 25th? So we've got
it's fucking bull.
Them spraying shit into the air.
Sorry, there's no sound. Matt.
Down to them driving by and there's like hundreds of dead bodies on the sidewalk. Yes, I think so, but they're not going to tell us anything, says N1. Yeah.
It's like fucking snow machines.
Not going to tell us shit. The hell are they spraying in the air? Can any of you guys think of what it is they could possibly be spraying in the air? Think about that just for a moment. Like, take a few minutes and think about it. What are they putting in the air like that? They're driving slow. Is it meant to disinfect surfaces? And if so, is it okay for people to breathe that? I'd like to know what city. Now, here's the video, guys. Look at this. China. It's just dead people
Lined up.
all up the sidewalk. And they're telling us, what is the numbers they're saying? Hold on. What's the numbers they're saying? They say they have how many dead? As of right now, they say only 3,300 people have died in China up to right now. What is it? March 29th, 2:49 p.m. Central Standard Time. China is saying they've only had 3,300 people die. 3,300 people dead in China right now. And 81,000 people sick with the virus. 75,000 have recovered. Now that number is really, really, look at that number, guys. Seriously, look at that number. And then look at the number for all the other countries. Their total cases are 81,000, deaths 3,300, recovered 75,000. They're saying that the majority of people that have caught this virus have recovered from it. And there's only been 3,000 deaths. This does not look to be very honest coming from China. I don't think they're being honest with those numbers. And when you look at the comparison to the recovered, people that have recovered from, in the United States and in other countries, they're not reporting that large amount of numbers of people being recovered either. Something ain't right there. I think China's lying to us. That's what I think. Let's keep going and see if we can find anything else here. And I really just want videos. So let's click videos. Leaked video, China. It's a lot of people. I mean, for 1 second, guys, just understand here that we are setting up temporary morgues next to hospitals in the United States right now. In New York, for example, outside of one of the main hospitals in New York City, they have a semi-truck, a refrigerated semi-truck that is sitting outside that hospital that stands as a temporary morgue. So how is it that China is number 3 at this point of the number of cases that have been reported and number of people dead? I don't understand that at all. And it is origin of where this virus comes from. And if you look at the origin of a lot of the influenza viruses, and it's always been linked to the things that they eat. Somebody just posted a video of them pushing bodies in the truck in Brooklyn. I did also hear about, I seen a video. I don't know if we'll come across it. It was three Chinese guys that took some rifles and like did a mass shooting and killed a bunch of people at a hospital location in China. It was almost as if it was like they did it like a mercy type killing, and you know, that they would have considered it something like that. It was very, you know, but there's not a lot of audio or sometimes, you know, commentary that comes to understand where the video comes from in a lot of cases. But let's see what else is we can find here. I'm seeing this video a lot, guys. Let's check this out. I keep seeing this over and over in the feed here.
我说了，我去看了火神山医院的人，施工现场的人特别的辛苦，工人2班倒3班倒，24小时轮番作业。那个中层、基层管理者，工人还能倒班，基层管理者基本没有休息的时间。见着我们这哑眼通红，嗓子沙哑，说我没工人管你啊，你口罩放下你就该干啥干啥，工地你想看看吧。我已经3天没回去了，每天就睡2、3个小时。我不想回家，我不想回家，兄弟啊！你们做什么？你们做什么？你们5年只是看了8个病，他妈1天4个班，他们我们差8个人只是上班。
哇！
我们不讲话。你自己看。你们到底想干什么？你们啊！我不要你，把你们一点都搞走，他的地上就拿走。我没有闹，他闹了怎么办？我们真的别说我们逃避，我们这也早就等死了，我们真的等死了。
It's a little bit different than what we've seen before.
天天上班，1天休息都没有。我今天已经上了1天的班，已经下班了，4点多钟下班，已经在那里崩溃了半天了，真的那种感觉，第二天是这里到了，可怕多了，蛮多，他们医生出来估计大概有10万人，我们今天那里10几个医生，一天都看了100多个。蛮多都已经不行了，我的位置是，然后加上这里了，学政府的，不是学了你们那里治吗？
Wow.
但是政府让我们看
The hospital should treat those infected with medical supplies.
他们强调
We don't have enough resources.
我觉得后续完全不行，我们在那里上1天班，整个人的心里都快崩溃了，都已经受不了了。他们在瞧我们的时候，我们都一点办法都没得。就看了一个好生生的人，家慢慢的都不行，所以你们在屋里一定要做好防护，千万不要跟大家相信政府，我觉得全部都要靠自己。
Wow. This virus originates from China. And we've seen this earlier. Yeah, we've seen this earlier. So it's like a continuation. They're adding on the different videos that they're finding. And, you know, I think one night we were here live for a couple of hours. And we were looking at like the origin of this virus, and it definitely comes from China for sure. And they think that it's because of a certain meat market. They think they isolated it to a specific meat market. I would love to know how they did that, and what scientific techniques they used to do that. I really would. But this is China, so we will get whatever they give us, basically. Let's see here. I want to see some more. Wow, look at their masks. That music is... Now they just discharge people like that. I mean, what I kind of see as I watch all these different videos is it gives me an overall sense and an overall feel of what's going on over there, and that you can just kind of how this virus is spread. It is causing things to completely break down in their structure of things. We're discharging patients who aren't even fully cured from the virus. They're still telling them, even on that one video we watched that was acted out, that, everything will be fine, but still quarantine yourself when you get home. So what is that supposed to mean? Are you still giving away this virus after you've had it and you have recovered from it? Are you still contagious to others? I feel like there's so much now, guys, that we don't know about this virus. Unknown says, connect dot, it attacks the tissues in the lungs. Yes, it does. It attacks the actual, what is it, the bronchial alveoli that they, the little things in our lungs that clean them. The Spanish flu didn't even take that quick to kill, or the plague. Just like the SARS, they hid the numbers, infected and dead. China bans all Western social media and have their own that is monitored by the government. We can never trust them. I want to put that comment on the screen because that comment is so right on. I can't, that right there sums it up on how I feel about what is coming from the Chinese government. So with that said, let's continue here. And, it's a Sunday afternoon. I really, I want to know more about this 21 million number of cell phone people that have cell phones in China that have suddenly just went dark. I mean, come on. I want to know more about that. This is a bioweapon attack. Some people have said that. No, I didn't, but I heard about it. Now, food and water are both running out. How to supply supplies in their locked apartments. So they're obviously locked into the apartment because they're having to sit buckets over the balconies to transfer things from one person to the other. So that means, I mean, because honestly, if they were worried about, being contagious and catching it from touching, they wouldn't care about passing these buckets from balcony to balcony to balcony. So they would go out of their door and meet face to face. They have to be locked into their apartments. These people, whoever these people are in China. And that's messed up. They all have masks on. Wow. This guy doesn't even have a mask on. Now, to those who understand Chinese, feel free to translate for us. At some point, someone will come forward with the truth. I hope so, unknown. I really do. Is this a bioweapon? Is this something that was created in a laboratory? Or is this virus come from? Have they actually found it? I think they found it in bats. Maybe the bats got it. Maybe the bats got it as well, right? This propaganda hospital in Wuhan shows the truth. Okay, it says this propaganda hospital in Wuhan Oh, wow. It's rained and the propaganda hospital is leaking already. Who cares if it was 7 days? More from the leaky hospital.
每隔一段就有一个空调、开水器、垃圾桶，然后最顶端就是厕所。
With roads blocked off, farmers cannot deliver food to big cities, forcing major food dumps. Wow. There's a lack of storage capacity for all of the produce. Why not? I mean, hopefully that food is getting to people. Food shortage is real, and people have to line up for whatever is available. Wow. They're cleaning their money to stop the spread of the virus. Wow. Now that is interesting. The country's central bank at a press conference told the media on February 15th it was going to begin literally cleaning its currency, its money. Wow. These are interesting videos, man. I really probably could have just went to YouTube. Sick people in China spreading the virus. Yeah, there's a lot of leaked videos coming out. What the hell is he doing? He's putting his spit on her. You see that? He's putting his spit on her to make her sick. Damn. That's messed up. Wow, he's intentionally making people sick.
社区的管理员已经证实了这个问题。刚刚那个穿防护服的这个警察跟保安一起来了。
Sick people in the head are everywhere. And this virus is everywhere. Wow. Dude just did that. Intentionally touched every button and coughed on his hand and touched every button. He could have put spit on his hand for all we know. And this guy goes right in behind him to use it. And this lady's coughing on the elevator. Wow, man. Look at her. Literally doing it intentionally.
穿黑色衣服的男的，武汉人，高烧39度，4天，然后在我们医院看发热门诊那一刻，开药没有药，下来退卡发脾气，看摘下口罩咳嗽呢，就里面咳嗽。
Oh, did he just spit on them? These people should be ashamed. And they're in China. Let me tell you something. You got the coronavirus and you come up in Walmart and you take the top off some ice cream and you go licking it and nonsense like that. To me, you should be charged with something because you're intentionally doing something that could kill somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that is really messed up. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Did y'all see that? I know y'all seen that. That woman is disgusting. Wow. They locked up that lady in the elevator. Thank God. These people are nuts. What are they thinking? Wow.
According to internal government documents obtained by our sister media, the Chinese LeakYou.com, in one example, the real number of new cases of infection in Wuhan is over 20 times more than the official numbers. The documents delivered to the Wuhan Health Commission are part.
Wow. Wait a minute. So if it's really 20 times more the number of cases, that would mean that the number of infected, 80,000 times 20, that would be more like 2.4 million people, if that is correct. If we take the numbers that they have today as people that were infected, if it really is 20 times the amount.
Part of a daily report of nucleic test results that confirm cases of infection of the CCP virus. The reports show, for March 14th, last Saturday, among the over 16,000 people examined, 91 tested positive for the first time. This means there were 91 newly confirmed cases in Wuhan last Saturday. But the official number from the Chinese regime for Wuhan City for the same day was 4. For the next day, March 15th, it's still 4. The total number is less than 5% of the real number, or to put it another way, over 95% of new cases were concealed. On Thursday, President Trump expressed doubt about the data released by the communist regime.
As far as believing what they're putting out now, I hope it's true. Who knows?
The Chinese regime is saying the virus has basically been
Yeah, I've
contained
seen
in
that
China.
Amazon guy, and
among
yeah, the feds have been
tested,
arresting a
over
couple
a
of
quarter
people
took the test
for
the
trying to
first time,
intentionally
representing
spread the
a
virus,
potentially larger
charge them
number
with
of people
terrorism
who could be
type
infected but
charges.
don't know it. And these numbers are from those who have taken the test. With the city's lockdown, many are confined to their homes and have had no chance to take the test.
I don't know, man. This is pretty crazy. We've seen this already. Let's go down some. China implies the coronavirus leaked from a lab. What is this? Let's check this out, y'all. This is
Welcome to the China Angle. I'm Simone Gao. There are several important points about the coronavirus that must be discussed. The first point is the real scope of the epidemic, including the number of people infected and the death toll. Second, the safety of China's P4 labs and if the virus was in fact leaked from those labs. And third is the origin of the virus itself. Could have been created in China's laboratories. Today we'll address the second point. Was the virus leaked from a lab? The reason this question is important is because finding the origin of the virus is crucial to containment of the epidemic. The virus must be traced and contained at roots. Otherwise, its spread cannot be stopped. Further, if the virus got out of the lab,
Y'all, are you serious right now? Wow. What? I mean, I don't know who this is. Zooming in. I don't know. Let me see. If they're on how popular their YouTube channel is. Let me see. Apparently, I mean, it looks pretty professional. Zooming in. See how we're down a rabbit hole? We're down a rabbit hole right now. They have 84,000 subscribers. They're a weekly in-depth investigative report program hosted by award-winning journalist Simone Gao. Let's check this out. I really want to see this. Shout out to Simone Gao and Zooming In. Let's check this out, y'all.
What's really going on here? Does it mean more pathogen will get out in the future? And what is really going on in China's P4 labs? Does this pose long-term risks to public health, not only in China, but also the world? The Chinese authorities have made the following claim. The virus originated from a seafood market in Wuhan. The wild animals sold there carried the coronavirus. The virus jumped from animal to human, then mutated and transmitted among humans. They also denied there is any connection between the outbreak and the P4 lab in Wuhan City. That lab was the first to publish the genome sequencing of the virus. Recently, however, China's Ministry of Science and Technology released the guidelines on safety and management of viral laboratories. Further, on February 14th, Xi Jinping made comments about accelerating biosafety legislation at Committee for National Reform. But what does these comments of reform really mean? Reading between the lines is essential to decoding the Chinese Communist Party's announcements and policies. The more likely situation is that the Chinese authorities are orchestrating a cover-up. Had the virus leak not been discovered, no guidance on virus security management would have been issued at this critical moment. Knowing the leak might eventually be discovered by the outside world, therefore to promote policies that appear to be addressing the issue as a means of covering their tracks. If and when the leak is made known, the party will punish a few scapegoats and continue to prop its facade of a moral high ground. If the virus truly was leaked from the lab, the next question that must be asked is, was it created in the lab? Right now, scientists are still studying the virus. The CDC announced on February 2nd that enough SARS-CoV-2 has been grown in cell culture to distribute externally. 2 days later, shipments arrived at the BEI Resources Repository. The BEI Resources Repository is affiliated with the National Institute of Health. It is a central repository that supplies organisms and reagents to the broader community of microbiology and infectious disease researchers. The research is expected to take several weeks. As a result, hardly any authoritative health institutions have published a comprehensive analysis of the virus, including the origin of the virus so far. At the same time, some old research papers have surfaced. The most notable one is by a Chinese virologist named Shi Zhengli, the head of the Wuhan Institute of Virology. This institute happens to be located at the epicenter of the coronavirus. Dr. Shi was among the first to publish the genome sequencing of the SARS-CoV-2 virus found in Wuhan. In 2015, Dr. Shi Zhengli's team published a paper in the British journal Nature Medicine. Their conclusion, as stated on the paper, is they synthetically re-derived an infectious full-length SHCO14 recombinant virus and demonstrated robust viral replication both in vitro and in vivo. Together, the work highlights the continued risk of SARS-CoV-2 reemergence from viruses currently circulating in bat populations.
So what does this mean?
Here's a little background. Different strains of coronavirus is being found in bats. Bats are generally considered the host of such viruses. However, the coronaviruses within bats cannot be transmitted to humans. Dr. Shi combined a highly pathogenic coronavirus from bats with the SARS virus.
Now, this
The
is
result was
crazy.
a new virus that was more pathogenic than SARS and can be transmitted to humans. The article was highly controversial in the medical field. Dr. Shi and another Chinese researcher were originally part of an international research project to research the coronavirus in wild bats. Several American institutions also took part in the research. Yet the result was that this new pathogen was accidentally synthesized.
What? Did we just hear that right? Did they say that this pathogen was synthesized? Hey, Bama lady. Hey, Walia. I mean, did they actually just say that? Hey, Julia XO. That means it was created. That means it was created. Let's keep
American
on.
government called the termination of this research because of the risks of the new pathogen to the public. However, we're not entirely sure if Dr. Shi Zhengli terminated her side of the research. But what we do know is that within China's P4 labs, such highly pathogenic, highly contagious viruses have existed. On January 23rd, after Wuhan was already in lockdown, Dr. Shi published an article on bioRxiv that claimed they had found a horseshoe coronavirus in bats that was 96.2% similar to the genome sequencing of the coronavirus from this outbreak. Dr. Shi claimed that the natural horseshoe coronavirus is the origin of the coronavirus that caused this outbreak.
Okay.
But remember,
So 96%. I'm looking for it to match up. I feel like it's a world organized virus. It's not just China starting point. I don't know. I believe they are the origin. And that's really why I'm questioning the numbers that they're releasing in regards to how many people have the virus, that have died from the virus. And I'm really curious to know about these 21 million cell phone users that 5A was talking about in her live.
Coronavirus in bats cannot be transmitted to humans directly. It needs a middleman. So it happened that 2 weeks earlier, on February 7th, South China Agricultural University claimed that they found a coronavirus in some exotic animals that was 99% similar to the SARS-CoV-2. They claimed those animals, penguins, could be the intermediate host between bats and humans. That is, the virus could have jumped from bats to penguins and finally to humans. They added the small sample of penguins was not captured in the wild, but obtained from the institute.
I have seen some of those animals for sale on some meat markets in China to be eaten. That animal that they just showed, pendulum, this thing right here, they eat that in China.
It was not captured in the wild, but obtained from the institute. Of course, the institution was not named. With all this said, could it mean the coronavirus was created and leaked from the lab? Why would any lab synthesize such highly pathogenic viruses? these questions will not go away anytime soon. Thanks for watching The China Angle. I'm Simone Gao. See you next time.
Shout out to Simone Gao from The China Angle. I'm going to have to subscribe to her and watch her videos. She obviously is Chinese. She's familiar with the culture. I don't know where she's at physically. She can't be in China doing these videos. People like her would come up missing for sure. Like there's been people, vloggers coming up missing that have been putting out things about this, videos on what's really going on in China. China has known about this virus for a few years now, and I believe they leaked it. Okay, whatever. Let's see here. Now, remember, they're saying only 3,000 people have died, 3,300 in China so far. More leaked videos.
Good evening. While the world is dealing with climate change and its effects, with the latest being the freak weather in Australia, where deadly bushfires raged on for weeks on end, followed by hailstorms, there's hunger and epidemic across parts of the world.
Check out this for just a minute, y'all.
We might be witnessing the story of the decade, the coronavirus outbreak. And this is a special focusing on what's happening in Wuhan. More people have now died from coronavirus in China than they did worldwide during the 2002-2003 outbreak of the severe acute respiratory syndrome, also known as SARS. The death toll has now risen to 811. The total number of affected people in China now stands at a staggering 37,198. This is the very latest data put out by the Chinese government.
This video had to have been made maybe a month or so ago. You can tell this is before I think it really started growing here in the United States, just based on the numbers that she's talking at the time. Because right now they say that there's been 80,000 people that have had this, 81,000 people that have had this virus. 3,000 have died. The United States and Italy has surpassed China, which is the origin of where this virus comes from, in deaths and infected people. Italy has over 10,000 people dead.
89 deaths and 2,656 new cases have been recorded in the 24 hours time alone, most of them in the Hubei province. That has been the heart of this outbreak.
Apartment buildings being filled with people inside. We did see that.
That is the provincial capital of.
We've seen evidence of that in video of those apartment buildings being sealed from the outside.
Though only 3 cases have been detected in India, it is important to understand the seriousness of the epidemic. China is not only trying to contain the deadly virus, but there have been reports to suggest that the government there is also trying to control the outflow of information. We'll talk more about that in just a bit. But in this edition of India Ahead at 9, we take a look at some videos posted by a journalist outside of China who's been tracking the outbreak since the last week of January. His Twitter handle is @SOTIRIDI. We'll also show you what China is doing to control the panic and fear that has gripped the entire country. Not an easy task, given that China is the most populated country in the world. Take a look at this leaked video now that shows a massive mass exodus trying to leave major cities right after the WHO declared the coronavirus outbreak a global health emergency. We cannot verify exactly where in China this video has
people
been
trying to leave in this one area, isn't it? That's amazing.
People are dropping dead on the floor after being unable to battle the effects of the deadly virus. Let's put up that video for you.
I think we may have seen this
on the cycle passing by with a mask, but behind him what looks to be a closed down shop where cars are parked. You can see a man. This is happening on a daily basis in Wuhan due to parked there, paramedics trying to resuscitate this. By thought later she was arrested. Let's put up the sound for our viewers as well. And who's dropping dead on the street in Wuhan in the Hubei province of China.
So, you know, let's check out this Twitter handle that she did mention. I wonder if this person has put any more videos out there. So too pretty. Nothing comes up. Yeah, the account's gone now. This very moment, okay. Just looking to see other tweets. This account no longer exists. This So Too Ritty account. As you can see, it's no longer linkable. Wow. All right. Well, give me a second here. I know I got a text, but I can't really pull it up over here. Is it, hold on, what is this? Give me 1 second.
Update. It's 27th today. I wanted to give some.
I don't know what this is about. Okay, hold on. This is something I got from one of my mods. I'll have to try to pull it up on my. I need the link in here in the chat. I can't really pull it up from my text messages. So let me search here. If I search just China right now. I just want to see if there's anything like coming out. It might be kind of hard to find them in Instagram. You know what I'm saying? China virus. Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to. Yeah, let's go back to, just go here for a second. All right. So I'm just really curious, and I want to see like recent, if possible. Upload. I'm going to sort by upload date. And then the one just caught my eye just like that. So here is 17 hours ago. And this is on YouTube, y'all. Shout out to the Epoch Times. I somehow always end up on their channel. Now, we may have already seen this. I think we have. Yeah, we've already seen that one. So they just reposted it, basically. So that video seems to be viral. Now, let's see what this is all about. Or that video seems to be viral. I swear, YouTube is taking anything with the word coronavirus in the title, in the description of the video, and they're literally putting this stamp about the CDC stamp below every single video that has that word in it. I'm telling you. I guess this guy is tasked with trying to keep people inside due to the coronavirus outbreak, and he's being kind of violent about it. This is in India. They're supposed to be inside. That dude's ready to get on him. Wow. Thank God we don't live in a society like that, right? I mean, do we? I mean, our government can come down pretty hard on us Americans, but he's got them running. Just wow. So I guess this is him, just the whole video, just going through, trying to, you know, force people in and a little bit of a clickbait there. Let's see what this one shows here. See, it's harder to find videos on YouTube.
I'm on my way to walk to the hospital right now. I don't know if you can hear me go through the mask. That's about a 4-kilometer walk. There are no cars, no transport, no buses, no nothing. The only person I see out here is maintenance taking the trash. So wish me luck. I'm going to try to see what's going out here in the world. Yeah. As you can see, our guards are wearing masks. This isn't unusual. It's Spring Festival. There are not and will not be many people out. That's normal. We're a living area versus a family area. Another taxi just went by me.
Interesting.
I'm seeing some more taxis out. This must be the emergency transport. Again, we have no information. Nobody tells us anything. And quite frankly, half the local people don't know anything going on either. This is so typical here.
Wow.
Oh, I got a taxi. Oh, praise the Lord. I'm in the taxi now, going over to the hospital. Yeah. Here's my driver. Shishini. So here at the hospital, you can see it's not very busy at all. But they are in their suits. I don't want to see too much video.
Diana moved there.
If you've noticed the masks that people are wearing, a lot of these are not KN95s. They are typical surgical masks, doubled up, etc. That is not really very useful. She just got price gouged. She wants $25 to go over to Walmart.
Wow.
So I talked to the hospital director and I let them know I'll go over there tomorrow. They were very kind. They were very grateful for assistance and help in bringing them a couple little doodads. The people in that hospital do not speak much English, so it's harder. I told her I don't care. You can have me stock shelves. It doesn't matter. Every little bit counts.
Wow! Shout out to Diana Adams for this footage.
Or just until, and I'm getting very reluctant to eating out at any of these places actually. So I think I'll wait till I get home. Hello.
groceries.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. 快乐快乐，谢谢你，谢谢你，谢谢。Thank you. They charge me the right prices too. 谢谢你。Bye bye.
Wow.
Bread shop I usually order from to get things to be sent to my house. I think I got enough. I just bought some bread and some snacks, and I'm gonna go home and have a coffee.
Wow.
Hey, thanks for watching. You like?
Now that was interesting. That was good. That was very interesting. Let me see what y'all are talking about here. Hey, Rob. Okay, that's the link. Okay. Hold on a second. I gotta try to pull it up. Gotta go to the chat. I'm here to pull it up because it's not linkable on StreamYard. I can't click the link in StreamYard. Let's see here. There we go. Let's see what this is.
Hello, and welcome to a very short but important update. It's 27th today. I wanted to give some information, which is fairly new news. In fact, it's pretty unique. It's just about, I think, to break on the internet. That many people in Britain might have had a virus similar to the coronavirus back in December.
Yeah,
And,
yeah. So I am hearing, from a couple of people about how they were either ill or knew people that were kind of carrying a flu-like virus going back a couple of months, actually. So is it possible that the coronavirus has been and is now just in like a roar and it's just so highly contagious? I mean, the number of people that are coming down infected with this virus on a daily basis seems to only be growing everywhere that I know of. But this is Simone Parks. I'll play a little bit of this. SimoneParks.org. Let's see what his update is.
Perhaps to tell you, I can tell you now, is that there was a bio attack in Britain. All I know is it was in December. I don't know when. It could have been very early December. I guess it could have been very late November. The virus that was used for that attack was not the same virus and did not come out of the same laboratory as the virus that's now ravaging the world.
That's a big
There are two very
statement to
important
make.
countries on the planet. One is Great Britain and the United States of America. There are many other very important countries in the world. But there are two countries that are working very closely together. One is the President of the United States of America, and one is the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Boris Johnson. And these two are seen as world leaders who are supporting each other. The attack on Britain was a much weaker form of virus that did not come out of the Wuhan biological laboratory. And do you remember the old adage that, when, they say that one country gets a flu or a cold, the other one catches it.
Yeah, but how does he know this, right? I mean, that's a big statement to say. And I just, this has a lot of views. I encourage you guys to definitely check this out. I'm going to watch, the rest of this later as well. But I want to hear more about like his reasoning and watch a few other videos and see what he's talking about. Like, I don't know if I really agree that this is a bioweapon like that. I think that just from what I'm seeing, it just seems like something that no human can control at all, which is the spreading of a virus to millions of people. It's spreading amongst people to people to people. How the origin of that is, is very much so a mystery, but they do seem to have some physical evidence of being able to trace it to bats. There's talk about these labs. So this is another person who says, that this is something that came out of a lab. Let's see what other leaked videos we can find. That this is something that came out of a lab. Sorry about that. Let me go back. Dang, a frontline NHS consultant has died after testing positive for the virus. Now, this was the New York Times even a month ago saying that China was censoring the coronavirus stories. These citizens are fighting back.
My purpose is to make sure that all this information is not lost or deleted.
因为我们是不知道官方什么时候会把什么帖子删掉的，所以我们都是在跟官方比速度。
我们要保存我们的个体的记忆也好，或者是一种集体的记忆也好。
Voices like these from Chinese citizens are very rare. People who are willing to speak out about the government's attempts to control news about the deadly coronavirus. They ask to remain anonymous because what they're doing could put them and their families at great risk. But these people are part of a new wave of Chinese citizens fighting to get the message out in a country that aggressively censors information.
我们有权利说话，然后我们也有权利记下来。
Accounts or messages like these calling for free speech are quickly scrubbed from the internet. Or videos like this, showing people frustrated about life under lockdown.
Yes.
Posted online one day, but gone the next.
Wow.
But the crisis over the coronavirus is changing the landscape.
That kind of makes sense with that Twitter handle that we tried to look up, that Sodi Riddy Twitter handle, that all that information was coming out from, from whoever this was, from China, and now the account doesn't even exist on Twitter. Hey, Centel.
For now, at least. Everyday citizens are preserving and reposting information the government doesn't want out there.
I started to collect hundreds and hundreds of screenshots. And then as the outbreak got really bad, I thought it would be important to keep these or to collect and systematically archive these information.
Experts say this kind of digital resistance is happening at a scale they've never seen before.
At the beginning, I was just doing this on my own, and now it's about 100 of us, and we're translating news articles and social media posts that are constantly being deleted right now.
Wow.
Social media networks like YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter are blocked in China. But internet-savvy people use techniques that allow them to repost censored content to these platforms while staying under the radar of authorities. They're creating a visual archive by preserving videos like this one, showing overwhelmed hospitals. And they're reposting people's personal stories. Some are also turning to less obvious platforms, including GitHub, which is a site mostly used by coders.
很多备份团队都把他们的备份放在了 GitHub 上面，然后还有一些团队的话是在电报上面把一些微博跟微信上被审查了的截图发在
attention, they use WeChat, Weibo, Telegram, and GitHub. So, when they don't have access to like Twitter and the things like that, they're using other ways. And basically on GitHub, you create a repository and you upload to that repository, can upload whatever you want. So they're probably uploading these videos and these screenshots to these repositories on GitHub. I have an account on GitHub, so.
Another taboo Chinese citizens are pushing back on, they're making open and widespread calls for freedom of speech. These were triggered by the death of Dr. Li Wenliang. He was an early whistleblower who warned about the virus and was punished by officials for speaking out. He died in early February from the coronavirus.
Wow.
Right after his death, the hashtag I want freedom of speech started to trend on Weibo, a Chinese social media site. Then it was quickly censored by the government.
Wow.
就在李文亮医生去世那天晚上，整个微博上就好像所有人都突然意识到说言论自由很重要，然后我们要说话。
The censorship that followed just further kind of galvanized us and made us feel that really the government was prioritizes censorship and suppressing free speech rather than acknowledging that they've made a mistake in arresting him.
Dr. Li's become an icon in the online fight for freedom of speech between censors and citizens. So who's winning? For now, citizens are staying a step ahead of the authorities, but a renewed government crackdown could test the strength of this digital resistance.
All right, so let's check out this video that Connect Dot sent me real quick. This is on Facebook. It says, please, this is for real. This is 6 hours ago. Let's see here.
Y'all, this shit is for real, y'all.
Wow.
This is for real. This is for real. This is Brooklyn, y'all. Family, y'all take it serious. Y'all take this thing real serious, y'all. This is for real. This is for real, y'all. This is for real. This is real. This is right here in Brooklyn. This is right at Brooklyn Hospital. Y'all, this is for real. They put the bodies in 18-wheeler, y'all. Please stay inside. This is for real. This is no joke, y'all. This is for real. This is for real, y'all. This is for real. This is Brooklyn Hospital. Sorry, the camera's shaking, but this is for real, y'all. This is for real. Please stay inside. Please pray for the people. Please pray for the people, y'all. This is for real. This is for real. This is for real. If y'all not taking it serious, this may make you want to take it serious, okay? This is for real. My hand is shaking because it's hard to look at this right here, what I'm seeing right now. It's hard to believe this. But y'all, this is for real. This is for real. This is live from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn Hospital. They put the bodies in the back of a freezer truck, y'all. Please stay inside. This is for real. This is for real, y'all. Lord, have mercy. Help us, Lord. This is for real. Please, please, y'all stay inside. This is real, y'all. This is coming right now. I'm right here now, right here outside the hospital. This is going on right now. This is live, y'all. The time is 10:40 Sunday morning. This is down. This is down. Come on. Let's pray, y'all. Pray. Pray. Get on your knees and pray. This is for real. This is for real. They put bodies in the back of an 18-wheeler, in the back of a freezer truck, y'all. This is for real. This is for real. Lord have mercy. This is for real, y'all. This is no joke. Stay inside. I'm in my car. I got my mask. I got everything. I got my gloves. But I got my windows up. I'm in my car. But I got to show y'all this. This is for real. Since they dying, dropping like flies. They're putting bodies, don't have room inside the hospital for bodies. They put them in the back of a freezer truck. This is for real. Family and friends, make sure you share this so people can take it serious. Please share this. This is down. Brooklyn, New York, Brooklyn Hospital. Y'all take it serious. I'm going back home and lock myself in my house, and I ain't gonna be outside, but look, this is for real, y'all. They use the forklift to put the body inside. Please stay inside, family. This is for real, y'all. Y'all don't take this for no joke. This is no joke, y'all. Don't take this for no joke. This is real. This is real. This is real. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Father God, watch over us. Watch over us, Lord Jesus. Watch over the nurses at the hospital. Watch over the doctors. Watch over my family. Lord, watch over us on this beautiful day that you have made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Watch over the nurses. Watch over everybody who is front line. Lord, please, Lord, this is for real. God bless y'all. I'm going back home. I got everything I need in my house, but let's pray, y'all. Time is praying time. If my people, which is called by my name, will humble themselves.
Oh, that was hard to watch, man. Thank you, Connect Dot, for that. Wow. That was very difficult to watch. And you could tell that he was really upset because he was, this is for real. He kept saying it over and over. And he was just really upset. Wow. Let me see here what else Connect Dot sent.
And everything is documented.
Oops, that opened up in a different tab. Give me just 1 second, guys. I'm just like shocked over that video though. Wow. It is heartbreaking. It is very, very, very heartbreaking. I'll check out those other two videos, especially the one about 5G, just because I want to kind of stick to, the videos that are being leaked out. Again, I think, if Chinese or people in China are going other routes, like, Weibo, Telegram, to try to get the word out, it's going to be slow to drip to YouTube. I really think that. Give me just a second. Let's just I just want to do another little quick sweep, and then probably going to end this video. Give me a second. See if we can find any other leaked videos from China, or really anywhere. We've had, a lot of different possibilities. Momo talks about how in Great Britain this possibly being a bioweapon. There's talk of it being, accidentally released from a laboratory, intentionally released from a laboratory, or it plainly came from bats to people and then has spread. I don't know. There's so many theories out there. It makes it's for a good this is a real life American horror story, isn't it? Honestly. Wow. Let me just see what else we can find here. Disinfection, and now Russia and China are pretty close together, I believe. We have a leader that's worried about his wanting to win next term versus our lives. Yeah. Yeah. Now this apparently is in Russia somewhere, how they're disinfecting. Now, I would think that Russians would probably know more from a government perspective from China than the United States government would, just because Russia and China do have somewhat of a relationship with each other, and they're on the same continent. I mean, this guy doesn't seem to even have a mask on. Oh, wow, she didn't have her mask on either, and she's touching her hair with... Yeah, I don't think that's, typical. Oh, and then she poses for a photo. Interesting. That is interesting. Okay. Wow. No, Russia's not going to share their intel and findings at all. They sure aren't. I don't know what she was doing. Coronavirus, here they are, the best practices of a secular state. Wow, okay. I mean, is that for real, or are they just playing around? You know what I'm saying? I seen one of you guys talk about maybe they're pushing a bleachy white, was it Momo that said maybe they're pushing bleach, like diluted bleach water? That's what China was possibly spraying from those trucks, maybe? Let's see here. Block It Joe. Yeah, we've seen this. This video's really gone viral, hasn't it? It's all over Twitter and YouTube. Again, YouTube is going to be a little bit slower to get videos. I think probably Facebook and Twitter would be faster. Oh, they definitely would not want this video leaking out. Ooh, I think I know where that video came from. I'm going to check something real quick. This is a day ago. Wow, man. What in the heck is going on in this video? Test results are positive for an entire family. Mayor of Bushehr in Iran says Iranian officials are not honest about stopping coronavirus. He says there are two ideas in Iran about the coronavirus. Hey, Josie. Let sick people die and then clean it up. This is in Iran. Or two, let's fight against the coronavirus and stop people from going out. Okay. That is basically one or the other. Quarantine center in Pakistan. Grouping everyone together is highly dangerous. Yeah. There is no social distancing going on there. Wow. Yeah, Josie, I agree. Hey, Liliana. No, he didn't take this seriously. Trump did not. I hear Patricia says, I'm still trying to figure out how dead animals mixed with raw meat makes a damn virus, and animals are supposed to be autoimmune or immune to it. I mean, we've had a lot of different theories so far. Bioweapon is something that's been brought up very often, like this was something that was made in a lab environment and was released on people. And there is a video that I showed earlier, a portion of by a man in Great Britain who, in the UK, who believes that, you know, they are literally releasing a bioweapon on the strongest countries in the world, United States, Great Britain. Then you've got the animal or bat to human transmission angle of it. And it's just an actual virus that comes from the wild. I'm sort of leaning towards this being some sort of virus that either came from the wild, that's something that man can't control. But I also wonder if there's a possibility that it was engineered in a lab and then accidentally released. I don't think anyone would intentionally release it. I want to hope that I don't think anyone would intentionally release it. And the reason I say that is because if you intentionally release something, knowing that you're going to want to infect a large amount of people, you know that the possibility of it coming back on you is huge. And then the origination of this virus, where we have seen in other previous years, pandemics have come from China, SARS, MERS, right? Or no, I think MERS came from the Middle East, but SARS. There's a lot of influenza-like viruses that have come from China, going back 100 years. You can actually look this up. And so that's why I don't know if this is man-made, honestly, unless man wanted to replicate a virus that they've seen or knew of, or maybe they took the SARS virus and made it, replicated it to be even worse, right? And in a lab environment, and then it somehow got released. I don't know. You guys have had a lot of different ideas about the origin of it. So it's all good. But this is in Pakistan. So now we're seeing the spread of this all around the world and all of these different videos that are going up on social media. And it's so horrible that we now have semi-trucks, refrigerated semi-trucks sitting outside hospitals in New York City. And they're literally putting the bodies in the trucks using forklifts. Wow. Well, very, very interesting. Some of these videos, I think, that we have seen today, very, very scary. And it just makes me wonder, how much longer is this going to go on? And, and it really makes me think about all of the people on the front line, the nurses. Momo's daughter is an RN. She's been dealing with this. I mean, patients that are sick with this, and a couple of you guys out there are on the front lines, like in the medical field. And it's very scary, Centel. You guys be really, really careful. Centel says it smells like bleach all around my job before we get inside of the building. They also have automatic spray machine misting Lysol around the entire building. Are you serious? Dang. And Centel does work in the medical field. So is that what they're possibly misting into the air in China? Is bleach water, Lysol, possibly? We've seen the trucks, right? We have seen the trucks. Hey, Heaven Sent. Yeah, check this out. This is what they've been doing in China with these trucks. They're spraying disinfectants. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Now, why would you spray anything into the air? Is there concern that this is airborne, like an airborne virus? Or are they just trying to disinfect, right, the surfaces of everything? I thought about that, Leak, because a lot of places are doing it. Yeah. Like, why are they doing that? I'm thinking to disinfect the surfaces, most likely. But this is amazing. It's almost like they said 600 more people joined the fight. So are they, that's kind of interesting. Like they joined the fight to disinfect. Well, here's someone who kind of talks about what this disinfection or this spray is. Let's see what they're talking about here. Because I really would like to know. See that comment right there. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Just really quick. Let me show this comment. Yeah, Liliana. Man-made or not, the virus is real and it's killing people. My 2-year-old grandbaby's having symptoms. Oh my, and I can't get her tested. All I can do is call a number telling me to give it a few days. Wow. The stuff that guy was spraying inside didn't leave wetness. Let's look at this and see what they say about this spray. Wow. So they're even spraying inside of buildings.
Hey, everyone, aren't you curious about what they've been spraying?
Yes.
Is it disinfectant? Is it Lysol? What is it? Well, the chemicals that we're seeing in these videos, apparently, it says that Chinese cities have been scrambling to contain the virus, cleaning street, railway station, people with disinfectants, including bleach. So yeah, apparently they're using bleach. And in this article, it says in cities and towns across Asia, sanitation workers are also redoubting efforts to spray down entire cities, sending trucks filled with low concentration bleach and water solutions into the streets. But it also states,
God, man, even in Ebola, you didn't, I mean, they would take bleach with them to disinfect after they handled the body, but you didn't see them spraying bleach into the air. Shout out to Chad Sinclair, who does this video explaining what the disinfectant spray is.
There's this company called Decon 7. It says Drake's company makes a hydrogen peroxide-based cleanup product that was originally developed to neutralize biological and chemical warfare agents, but is now being sent to at least 6 different hospitals around China.
So now that's interesting. A company, now this goes to what like Moa was saying about this being a bioweapon. Apparently this company makes a neutralizer agent that neutralizes against biological and chemical warfare agents that is now being sent to at least 6 different hospitals around China, both inside and outside the Hubei province. D7 kills viruses on hard surfaces as well as textiles for up to 8 hours before it degrades into non-potable water, making it far more long-lasting than a bleach and water spray.
Inside and outside Hubei province, D7 kills viruses on hard surfaces as well as textiles for up to 8 hours before it degrades into non-potable water, making it far from long-lasting than bleach and water spray. Alright, so I just had to go to Decon 7's website, and it's an American-based company. It has industries, food, biosecurity, defense, and public safety, science. So let's take a look here. This is built to combat bioterrorism and save lives. So this is how it works: hydrogen peroxide-based sanitation power. Although the exact
so he actually went to the website of the maker of this product to see, you know, more. That is interesting. Hold on, guys.
D7 is complex. Its core ingredients could be broken down as follows: 1, hydrogen peroxide, soap, like baking soda, hydrogen peroxide booster, and water. I'm wondering if this is actually safe for humans or plants or whatnot. So maybe I could message them. I got any questions? Let's ask them. So I asked them, hi there, was just wondering, is Decon 7 safe for human use as well for wildlife? Will this harm plants and animals or no? Thank you. So we'll just wait and see if they actually respond or not.
Wow,
While waiting for
interesting.
response, I'm checking out these different applications here. It says you can use foam.
We will definitely pray for your granddaughter,
spray,
Liliana. Much love to you, baby.
So that's pretty much what they're using right now in China. Alright, so I figure I'm not sure how long it's going to take for them to answer, so I'm just going to Google search if hydrogen peroxide is safe. So let's take a look at what it says here. It says hydrogen peroxide can be corrosive to the eyes, skin, and respiratory system. This chemical can cause burns to the skin and tissue, damage to the eyes. Take special caution to avoid contact with hydrogen peroxide mist. What? So I guess we'll just spray hydrogen peroxide on everyone. But anyways, we're just waiting for a response from DEFCON 7. Alright, so they didn't message me back last night, so I messaged them again this morning at 11:20. They responded back saying it's safe for human use and animals' aquatic life must be covered. For some more information, please email. So I'm going to email them and see what they have to say.
Wow.
So when they email me back, I'll keep you all updated and let you know what they say. So that's what they're spraying around, and I'd really appreciate it if you could share this on social media, if you could like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. It only takes a few seconds.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, look at how they're spraying into all, and it's multiple cities. Look at this. This is crazy. That is nuts. To me, that looks so apocalyptic with these trucks doing this. It tells me China's desperate to have trucks disinfecting, just blowing stuff in the air. Look at this. To me, that is desperate as hell. And it scares me. It's like, what is China not telling us? Wow. In my town, the street cleaners have been coming in morning and night. Really, Momo? Have they been spraying? Oh, so they're making them walk through this mist tent, guys. Wow. Wait, let's see that again. They're walking through a mist tent that basically cleans them. Wow. They didn't have no masks on.
现在开始，1、2、3、4、5、6、7，一共有8个。
Much love, Liliana. I'm glad that you still hang out over here on this channel. So we've looked at all of these different leaked videos, right, coming out of China. What about the 21 million people whose cell phones have suddenly dropped on China's network, or the Chinese Telecom network? Let's get some backstory behind that. Give me a second. Cell phones. And I mean, it's all over the internet. Let's take a look at IB Times real quick. IB Times is it's a pretty popular website. 21 million cell phone accounts in China were canceled after the coronavirus. 840,000 landlines were closed in China. This sudden drop suggests a very high coronavirus death toll. Okay. Let's see what this says. Since the outbreak of novel coronavirus, which emerged in China's Wuhan, the pandemic has killed 15,000 people globally and infected, well, we know that number's different now. Recently, Beijing authorities announced on March 19th that more than 21 million cell phone accounts were canceled, while in the past 3 months, 840,000 landlines were closed in China, which gives an idea that probably these closed numbers belonged to the people who died due to the disease. That right there is, I mean, it's so true. People aren't going to, when someone passes away, one of the things you do after that is you tidy things up, including canceling cell phones and things like that. And see, there's these companies have stock in China on their stock market. And from my reading, the stock price of these particular telecom companies was down because, and this was primarily the reason because of the number of cancellations, because it takes away profit from these companies, right? So thus their stock was down. And I believe that might be another driver on why these numbers even came out in the first place. But think about that. 21 million cell phone accounts have been canceled in the past couple of months in China. The digitization level is very high in China. People can't survive without a cell phone. Dealing with the government for pensions and Social Security, buying train tickets, shopping, no matter what people want to do, they are required to use cell phones. The Chinese regime requires all Chinese use their cell phones to generate a health code. Only with a green health code are Chinese allowed to move in China now. It's impossible for a person to cancel his cell phone. Interesting. China Telecom stats. The Chinese authority introduced mandatory facial scans on December the 1st, 2019 to confirm the identity of the person who registered the phone. The people in China also have to sync their bank accounts and Social Security account with their cell phone, as all the apps can detect the SIM card and then check with the database to make sure the number belongs to the person. In China, it's mandatory to install a cell phone app and to register your personal health information. The app can generate a QR code, which is possible in 3 colors, to classify a person's health condition. In this case, red means the person has an infectious disease, while yellow and green represent the possibility of infectious disease and no sign of such illness, respectively. Beijing claimed that the health code has helped China to prevent the spread of the coronavirus in the country, where they're saying, even now, only 81,496 people have gotten it. They're basically acting like there's been no new cases and 81,000 is all they've seen, yet America and Italy have now surpassed China, which is the origin of where this virus came from, in the number of people infected and dead. They say 3,300 people are dead in China from this virus, and that's it. Yet we are seeing videos of people that are dead on the sidewalks, multiple videos, just lying there. On March 19th, China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology, basically their version of MIIT, announced the numbers of cell phone users in every province in February. When these numbers are compared to the December 2019 data, it revealed that both cell phone users and landline users dropped dramatically. The comparison showed that the number of cell phone users decreased from 1.6 billion to 1.57 billion, while landline users dropped from 190 million to 189 million. It is possible that the nationwide lockdown in February was the reason behind the drop in the numbers of landline users, as many companies were shut down. The quarantine scenario can't be a reason behind the drop in the cell phone users, though. It should be noted that per the reports, China Telecom is the second largest carrier, which has lost 5.6 million users in February 2020. It lost 0.43 million users in January of 2020. Just that difference alone is huge. China Unicom also lost 1.186 million users in January 2020. So it's almost like China's need for all the details, their absolute control over their people, their micromanagement and control over their people, where they get these numbers. I guess they didn't realize that, dropping these numbers could be something that would be looked at as an indicator of people that have died from the coronavirus in China. Just saying. While the drop in these numbers showed a dramatic scenario in China, Tang said it's possible that some migrant workers had two cell phone numbers before. One is from their hometown and the other is from the city they work in. In February, they might close the number in the city they work in because they couldn't go there. That may factor in some cases, but you notice that you're not given a cell phone in China unless they can link that cell phone to you, to a body. Notice that? So definitely look further into this 21. Oh, y'all didn't even see the article the whole time I was looking at it. Sorry, it was IB Times, guys. But that's the information from IB Times. ABC, I think people are starting to talk about it here. Hold on, let's take a look. I want to know, where's the 21 million? Hashtag 21 million.
Hey, winners, this is Loudy6 here with another video. Hope you guys are staying safe.
Shout out to Lowy6. I just want to play a little touch of this video, just a touch.
You guys are self-quarantining, depending on where you are. I've seen people breaking the rules, going out, fraternizing with people. Here in California, people have been quite good about it, which is
let me actually put it on the screen. Hold on.
I have multiple connections with people in.
Let's put this on the screen here.
Safe. Hope you guys are self-quarantining, depending on where you are. I've seen people breaking the rules, going out, fraternizing with people. Here in California, people have been quite good about it, which is really nice to see.
Is it playing?
I have multiple connections with people in China and people that are well connected to people in high positions of.
It seems like the picture is a little bit delayed. I don't know what to say to that, y'all. That's kind of weird, huh?
You can say high positions of the health sphere.
There we go.
Pass along some very important information that might help us make sense of what actually is happening within China. If you're following the CCP-led media, the state media, soft power propaganda, you would actually start believing the idea that China's gotten this entire situation under control. There's like no new cases. I did make that prediction that there's gonna be another second outbreak, but they're going to claim it's from the outside. Either America started the whole thing, or Italy started the whole thing, or Japan started the whole thing, and also claim victory over this whole thing. But then when the second outbreak happens, it's going to be from people coming from abroad going back into China, and that's happening.
Wow.
There's a lot of discrimination and horrible things happening to foreigners within China. My recommendation to everyone there is if you have plans or the means to maybe leave or find employment outside of China, it's probably a good idea at this point. Now, the really damning and important thing I really want to bring up now is a lot of people are talking about this, and actually I discovered this ages ago, the massive drop in cell phone subscriptions. Now, as you know, any company that operates within China, they have to have a party member on board if they have over 50 employees there. And that means that it's basically state ownership within privatized companies as well. Now, there's 3 major cell phone providers in China. There's China Mobile, and that was like the most popular one. And I noticed something a couple of weeks ago, I believe. I noticed that in their public data, they had lost about 7 million subscriptions to their cell phone service.
Wow.
And my brain was like trying to make sense of this because I went through historical data. I went back from 2020, 19, 18, 17, 16. I think 2016 was like the earliest public data I could find. And there was never one instance of them losing subscriptions over gaining subscriptions.
Right.
And this happened abruptly. 7 million cell phone subscriptions wiped out. So I was talking to my father-in-law, talking to some people about why this might be, trying to make sense of it. My brain didn't immediately go to a dark place. But then the excuses started coming out. So my father-in-law and some other people were saying, hey, it's because they're dropping their old 4G service and going to 5G. And I said, okay, that kind of makes sense. Then I looked into it, and actually the public data includes their 5G subscriptions because China Mobile does have 5G.
So they can't use that excuse.
The excuses changed. Then he started saying things like, and the other people started saying things like, well, it's just because there's a more competitive package from the other companies like Chinese Telecom. And so I said, okay. So I started looking their data as well, and they were losing millions of subscriptions immediately and abruptly at the same time. Cumulatively, like at the end of the day, it was 21 million subscriptions lost. And that's a bit weird if you think about it. It was exactly around the same time that everyone was, getting welded into their houses. All this kind of huge crackdown that the Chinese government was doing on its own people, and all that when the speculation of the crematoriums and all that kind of stuff came out. So It's not me insinuating that 21 million people died, but at the same time, it is absolutely bizarre that there's no real logical excuse or statement from any of these companies as to why this happened. And the fact that they let their data go public is just one of those kind of chop door, like, oops, we forgot about this. You know? I feel.
See, look what he's saying. It's not easy to get a burner number. You need your national ID. You have to have your ID in order to even get a cell phone. They will associate every cell phone with a body. It's also incredibly cheap. So there's no, I couldn't afford to pay my bill excuse in China for a phone. How interesting.
It's going to be almost
Snippin
impossible to
and
find out.
Sippin posted the news blog on the 21 million news blog.
Why this happened. But the reason I brought this up was not that I think that this is necessarily true. I do think that the numbers in China, of course, are potentially 10 to 100 times higher than they were just because of.
Let's see here. 1 second.
There will be parties again soon, and family gatherings. There will be a parade.
China has lost over 21 million mobile users in the last 3 months. The sharp decline is unusual as Chinese use their phones for pretty much everything.
Cell phones are an indispensable part of life. Only in extreme circumstances will people stop using their cell phones.
Chinese use phones for everything from cashless payments for just about anything to paying rent and transport. But in January and February, 3 Chinese mobile carriers saw a sharp decline in users. Users increased during the same period in 2019, 2018, and 2017.
It can be said without a doubt that the over 21 million drop in user numbers is related to the CCP virus outbreak.
Tong says virus deaths might have contributed to the count. An insider working in China's telecom industry told him that the lost users all met a specific criteria. The accounts they used required no minimum spending and had zero spending activity for the past month. Wow. According to the insider, accounts that require no minimum spending make up about 5% of China's total mobile users. Owners of these accounts tend to be in low-income groups in China's Midwest area. Many are migrant workers and college students. China has over 280 million migrant workers and 28 million college students. Assuming that about 5% of them have such accounts and stopped using their cell phones, that's about 15 million. There's still a 6 million gap that can't be explained.
I speculate hundreds of thousands or perhaps 1 million Chinese people have died from the CCP virus. Of course, there will be no account activities after the death, which contributed to the sharp drop in numbers.
Days after the data was released, China's top anti-corruption organ announced changes for the 3 major Chinese carriers. Authorities said the service options were too complex and needed to be refined. But Tong says the data reflects to a certain extent the casualties and economic impact brought by the virus.
Wow.
He said it's likely the Chinese authorities are using the new changes as a cover. Reporting by Juliet Song, NTD News, New York.
You know, that just really angers me. Like if there's that much going on in China, right, where people are dying like that, if it's really in the millions. Hey, Queen Supreme, what's up, baby? It's good to see you. Just looking at the comments. Yeah, it makes me angry that if China's like seriously hiding millions of dead people from the world, just know that it's going to be like I've heard other people say, it's really hard to hide, you know, millions of dead people. That's why all these videos are leaking out all over the place from China. So keep your eyes peeled for those types of videos. And me personally, I'm going to go and kind of dig even a deeper rabbit hole, especially on like some of these other sites that I've seen, and see if I can find some Twitter handles that, or some kind of, you know, accounts that are constantly dropping some of these videos out that we're seeing that are leaking to the internet. That's the deal, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live. I hope y'all have a really good rest of your Sunday. I'm hungry, and I'm going to order something to eat, most likely some Cajun food. So much love to you guys. I hope you guys, like I said, have a really good week while you work. I know many of you are working from home, and I know some of you have also unfortunately been laid off from your jobs recently. Some of you have lost work. Keep your head up. To those of you, I haven't seen Kathy in here. Kathy was in the hospital dealing with the coronavirus. I'm just curious how she's doing. I haven't seen her in the chat at all today since I've been live. So I'm a little worried about her. But you guys stay safe. More than anything, stay safe. All right. Y'all have a really good week. And I don't know when I'll go live again. We'll see. No promises. But much love, guys. Have a good Sunday. I'm going to go order some food, or I'm going to cook. I may even just fry me up a few taquitos. I still have that little idea Momo gave me. Might just eat some avocado and sour cream with it or something. Much love, guys. Y'all take care.